Hello, everyone. Do a quick microphone check and we'll get started. Someone could put in their little chat box whether they can hear me. Everything looks good. You can see my screen. And we'll get started. Okay, I'm guessing no one can hear me since nobody replied. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let's get started. My name is Randy Lindsay. I'm host of today's MT4 Professional presentation on a live market scanner. I'm going to be going over a lot of information today, so please stick with me. I will have questions and answers available as we proceed. I want to make sure everyone knows that we are here for educational purposes only, that MT4 Professional and Resilient traders are not investment advisory service, so we cannot give you specific trading advice. Make sure you understand and know that trading in Forex markets, futures, stocks, or commodities has a large potential for reward, but it also has a large potential for risk. So make sure that you understand what you're trading and that you're willing to accept the risks that you're trading with. Please don't trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and make sure that you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading in any of these markets with live or real money. As I said, I'm Randy Lindsay. I'm the trade coach, operations director here at MT4 Professional. Claudio is our product development director and technology guru. He's developed the software and everything related to techno. He is the guru of that. So I'm here just to make sure everything stays running smoothly. In today's agenda, we're going to be talking about the market scanner, what a market scanner is, and what you should be expecting from one. We're going to go through a live demonstration of our scanner, and I'll be making a very special offer because you're part of my webinar today. And of course, questions and answers are available throughout the presentation, so please ask. So what is a market scanner? What is MT4 Professional? Well, if you really think that you can check all the symbols and timeframes that are on MT4, there are 54x pairs, 20 CFDs, 9 timeframes, not to mention the cryptos or the other CFDs that are available. That's more than 630 different combinations. And if you're using MT5, that's even more. So do you really think that you're able to do this manually? How often do you think you're missing opportunities just because you're unable to scan or to view the different combinations available to you? So today, trading on different instruments is important. And in order to make it profitable, you have to trade uncorrelated markets. So trading in instruments that are not correlated is a great way to remove uncertainty and to diversify your portfolio. So a scanner that could do this for you, that could give you a diversified portfolio of potential trade setups that meet your criteria would be a great solution. And that's what a market scanner is supposed to do. So what is it and how does it work? A market scanner automatically scans the entire market situation at a glance for any symbol or time frame using your own rules based on your own standard or custom indicators. So it's not a signal provider per se, but it's a tool that gives you information and allows you to analyze all of your own strategies using your own indicators, using the way that you already trade right now. It's almost like automation. It's not quite an expert advisor, but it's a tool that enables you to see when your criteria are met. One good example that I have here on the screen for you is a cross of two moving averages. So if you look at a bullish cross, which is, we will call it green, and a bearish cross we'll call red, we're looking for the 15 period moving average to be greater than the 30 for bull and a 15 period to be less than the 30 for a bear. So if we see different time frames here, an hourly and a 1 minute, you've got different instruments here. You would want to see a bullish cross turned green or a bearish cross to turn red. And if you see that going across the board, then that's going to give you a really good setup. And if you have the time frame set up properly, you should be able to see when these faster time frames are starting to change, lining up with the slower time frames. And you can even have more than two. You can have multiple time frames as well. So that's the idea behind that. So having more time frames, absolutely. Did you know if you trade with multiple time frames that you have a higher probability of a profitable trade? It's due to correlation, and it's the advantage of using multiple time frame analysis. So it's looking at the chart on the right. You see the longer time frame has a much smoother envelope if you follow it, whereas the faster time frames trade the noise within that trend. So if you're trading a 15 on a 4-hour chart, you can see it's going up and down and up and down, up and down. But the overall trend of the 4-hour is still long. And so if you're trading in that direction, only taking the longs but cutting out on the shorts and not taking those, the higher probability is that you're going to end with profit. So by checking multiple time frames before you take the trade, you're going to be in harmony with the longer time frame, and you're going to have higher probability, lower risk trades. So a market scanner that could do this for you, search for these setups based upon correlation of the longer time frames, would be a very valuable tool, wouldn't you say? I would. But the only problem we ran into is that on MT4 or MT5, we didn't find any scanners that met this type of criteria. They were either complex or too hard to configure properly. They were unstable. Sometimes it was just a single tool that really wasn't integrated with the whole system. And a lot of the indicators that come standard with MT4 or MT5 just didn't work with them. So there are a lot of issues that we had to take into account. And so because we couldn't find one, our solution was to create our own. And that's the birth of MT4Professional. Currently, MT4Professional is a scanner that's #1 on MT4 and MT5 platforms. Okay, it's a tool that allows you to instantly scan the market setup for setups that match your unique rules and criteria. And when you find a good setup, MT4Professional allows you to enhance the technical analysis using multiple time frame analysis and alerts you to these conditions. So stay tuned. I'll be showing you a lot more of the features. But for now, I'm going to go through a quick poll. Claudia will launch the first poll to see if we can find out what parts of a market scanner can best benefit you. Is it less risk of missing trades? Is it less time wasted searching for trade setups? Is it a better chance of finding high probability trades, or you just don't know? As soon as a certain percentage of you answer the questions, Claudia will close and present the results so we can see. All right. Less time wasted searching trade setups. Okay, that's a new leader. Usually it's the better chance of finding high probability trades. We got a different audience today. So less time wasted and then a better chance of finding them. So that's how it would best benefit you, and that's great. Time is money. So it's very important to make sure we don't waste time looking for good trade setups. A tool that could show it to us would be great. So let's go right into the live demonstration then. So let me pull up my MT4 platform, pull that full screen here. Do you notice something? When I was smaller screen, notice that the MT4 screen window uh, changes automatically to the size of the window. See that? That's right. Even if you go full screen, like an F11, notice how the setup screen automatically changes without having to do anything. That's one of the nice features of MT4Professional that most people don't really appreciate as much because it's just so smoothly and well integrated. Normally, in MT4, you'd have to redraw each one of your panels and windows. And if you have different size windows, then you can't use any of the fast features on rescaling that you'd find here under the window. Also, notice that when I click on a symbol over here on my symbol list, like the Euro Aussie, it's going to automatically update these symbols on all of my charts. Also notice how the crosshairs for price and time are integrated across all of your timeframes. All of these are features that are only available on MT4 Professional. They are not available on MT4, MT5 at this time. So using these features and setups, it's automatically built in and integrated with your setups. You can see I have three different chart windows, 15-minute, 30, and 60-minute. So I have three time frames I'm looking at, with my hourly chart being my major time. And I'm looking at trading these smaller time frames in agreement with this longer time frame. You also see that over on the left, I have a scanner that I described earlier, having a 15, 30, and hourly setup, showing me bullish conditions, green, and bearish conditions being red. Now, these conditions are based on the following strategy. I have a 15-period exponential moving average on the chart, and I have price interacting with that 15 EMA. If we get a close below the 15 EMA, I consider that bearish. If the close is continuing to stay less than the 15-period EMA, then that continues to stay bearish. If, however, I get a close greater than the 15 EMA, like we did right back here, then that's considered bullish. So the Euro Aussie right now, on the 15-minute, I would consider this to be bearish, bearish, and bearish on all three of my time frames. So if I look over here on my scanner, I see red, red, red. All three time frames are set up red. So that's showing and confirming that I do have bearish setup on the Euro Aussie. Now you can see the Euro Yen has gone green on the fast, but is red on the slow. So let's take a look at it real quick. So you can see that I have a close greater than the EMA, but the other two time frames are still less and less. So I have a green, red, red, showing me there's a potential reversal in play right now on the Euro Yen. It's not quite in agreement because it's going against the longer term trends. But I do see that there is a base forming potential failure of price to be able to create a new low. If this does come up following this trend and this starts to turn green also, then I have a very good possibility that this could continue to go up with a potential 48 to 50 pip profit target on the table. So that's the idea behind looking at this strategy and checking it for potential setups. There's a question about uploading or using other indicators, and absolutely. I'm not familiar with PZ trading indicators, but any indicator can be used if it's on your MT4 or MT5 platform, and it can be built in and used with MT4 Professional. Absolutely. So let's look at the scanner configuration. So click this scanner configuration button, you come up with a configuration panel. These are all of the configurations that I have built. These are all the configurations that come preset already with MT4 Professional. So you don't have to start from scratch. You have a lot of good examples to use and to go by. So this is the one that's showing on the screen right now. So let's edit it and let's look at what it's doing. So over on the right-hand side is the chart layout. So you can see how the charts are laid out by clicking on that. You see I have a large screen and two smaller screens. The large one is a 15-minute. The two smaller ones are 30 and hourly respectively. And then I have a template that I can choose that will just automatically display on or update each time I load this chart. Now I can use any template that I have available on my platform. Any template that I've created you can use, so you don't have to recreate your templates either. So you just simply click the plus sign to load it, or click the pull down menu to select one that's already been loaded, and then you update it there. If you want to increase the number of charts, if I click this twice and then I click tile charts, then you can see that I have now 5 charts that are set up. And if I don't like the way these are laid out, then I can always redo them or reposition them any way that I want to. Okay? I can clear them all. I can use 3 rows. Okay, 1, 2, 3 rows, but with 3 rows and only 4 charts, that's exactly how it turns out. So you can play with it all that you want. I'm gonna go ahead and just click cancel, so I don't want to mess up what I currently had. But if you want to set it up the way that you particularly want it to be, it's very, very easy to do. Drag and drop any of these windows to be the size that you want. It's very easy. Over on the left-hand side is a pane that allows you to change your symbol list or your scanner columns. Each one of these columns are defined in the scanner output, and each of these symbols here are defined here on your symbol list. If you click on the symbol list, then all of the symbols available on your MT4 or MT5 platform are available on the left. You simply select the one that you want, and then click the right arrow button to add it to your list that you have over on the right. This is the current list that you see displayed over on the left. If there's anything on this list that you don't want, just click the X button to get rid of it. You can clear them all. You go over here and add a few from the list over here and click the right button. It's that easy. So whatever you like, even if you want to filter it, you can look at all the euro pairs. So these are all the euro pairs that are available on my platform. So it's very easy to do. Next, you can go through and select the scanner. The scanner is where the rubber meets the road. This is where all the meat is. So you have a color rule which goes through your specific strategy, and it's applied to multiple time frames. In this case, I have 3, but you see there's a big plus sign here. You can add as many time frames as you want. You can be notified in real time when your strategy is fires off or met. And you can set that to even send you SMS messages on your phone directly. So let's see what this main color rule is all about. Remember I told you the rule that I was following for this? I'm looking at price interacting with a moving average. Of course, this is the example. You can have it interact with Bollinger Band. You can have it interact with multiple moving averages. You can have it moving averages interacting with moving averages. It's not limited to any criteria. So I'm looking specifically at price being greater than my 15-period exponential moving average. This is based upon a close of price. If I want to change that in any way, all I have to do is just hit the edit button, and it allows me to update the properties of that indicator. Now, this is where you would load the custom indicators that you've already purchased or third-party indicators, but those are a little more complicated since we don't have specific setups for them. I'll show you how to set that up in just a little bit. But if price is greater than the MA15, we say that that is bullish. So I want the cell color to be painted green if this condition is true. I can add additional conditions if I want to. They will all be under the AND operation. So price greater than the MA15, and if price is greater than an MA30. If I wanted it greater than both, then I would use that as a criteria. So you can have multiple criteria here if you want to. Condition 2, price is less than the MA15. That's my bearish condition. If neither one of these are true, the default color will be used. Now, these are the color codes that are going to be used to establish the color of our scanner to tell us if our criteria is met. If I had other conditions to add, just simply click the plus sign and then choose the indicators that are available. These are all of the indicators that are on your platform, your current MT4 or MT5 platform right now. Any of the trend oscillators, you can see here's all the ones that are available, any of the oscillators and so forth. So any of those indicators you can use, or if you have a specific one, like a custom indicator, click the pick from your computer and then go through this is the MQL4 indicators directory where your indicators are located. Just go scan through and find the custom indicator that you have specifically, or the one that you've created yourself, and use it to load. Okay. Once it's loaded, it'll show up on a pull-down menu, and then you can just simply select it off of this pull-down menu, perform an operation on it, either greater than, less than, not equal to, greater than or equal to, or less than and equal to. So you've got all the conditions available to determine what strategy is required to make the cell color either bullish or bearish. Or it doesn't even have to be bullish and bearish. It can be just neutral. It can be blue, green, red, purple. It can be any color that you like, because all you have to do is just select from the pull-down menu any color that's available, any standard color or any of the advanced color schemes. If you have the number for it, then you can set that color. All right, so any questions on this before we move on? This is a very standard setup. Here I'm using the MA in price. If I wanted to be alerted, or if I wanted to check on something, then I'm going to go ahead and go over to my members area of the MT4 Professional website. So if I go into the members area, and I get there by clicking on sign in from the main MT4 Professional website. Once I'm in the members area, this is where you click to download your software to run it. These are the onboarding steps, very quick, easy to use applications to get you going and get you running. But here's what I wanted to get to, is the RealTime Scanner menu that you see here. Here you can see this is a scanner. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. I keep doing that. I don't know why. You can see the real-time accounts that are running. Over here, I've got on my computer the scanner running, and here on my mobile device from the cloud, I'll pull that account up. Now, I could be on my tablet, I could be on my phone, I could be on my laptop, I could be anywhere looking for these setups. And so these are the ones that are going to pull up for me on here. It doesn't look like I'm connecting very good. Maybe it's because it's timed out. It usually comes right up right away. There it is. All right, so you can see on the left, I got 3 time frames and the list of all the characters, exactly the same as I have on my platform. I can click on any of the symbols here on my mobile device, and notice the symbols that are displayed up on the charts on my my main computer. I'll click the pound, and then all these symbols will update on my computer, and on my mobile device, a snapshot will be taken of the charts to show me exactly what setup I've got going right now. So in this case, you can see that I've got the pound, which is bullish, 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 and I can see the setup that's there. And this will tell me that this is holding a support, and I'm looking at price continuing to go up in this. So if I have to step away from my computer, I don't have to step away from my trading, because I can see the scanner, I can see the output, and I can execute my trades if I do see a setup live, real time, without any problems whatsoever. So I'm not tied to my desktop. That's pretty nice. Any snapshots that I want to take using this handy little snapshot button there shows up in the members area, also under the snapshot area. So if you click on the snapshots, then you can see there's a list of all of the snapshots that you've taken, or any of the coded or tagged ones that you have divided them into. And you can make them either globally public or private if you want to share them with people. And then the links to these are shareable either with people directly or socially if you make them global like this. If you make it globally open, then you can share that same link using this very quick copy button, and then share the trade setups that you have on your scanner with other people in your setups. Also, speaking of sharing, if you go through and click the edit button on any of your configurations, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see a share configuration icon. If you click this icon, it allows you to share whatever configuration you just developed, the scanner, the chart layout, the symbol lists, all of the rules for the color rules. All of that can be shared with anybody in the MT4Professional ecosystem. So one click takes it from the cloud and shares it with anybody else on the system. So it's a really, really great way for everyone to be on the same page at the same time and to get up to speed quickly. This was a simple example. Let me show you a little more complex one. I've taken the same thing and I've added a MACD. So you can see I've got the exact same EMA and price, but this time I've got 2 time frames and I've loaded a MACD along with it because I want to see not only if the price closes greater than the EMA, I want to see that the envelope goes greater than my signal line as well. So that will give me a better confirmation of a bull trend. So you can see, like right here, you can see the signal line and the histogram, which is the MACD. At this point, the MACD went greater than the signal line, which gives me a bullish indication. And right here, you can see that I got a close above the EMA, which is a bullish indication. So these are 2 points that verify that this was a bullish condition, and it gave me a potential 49 to 50 pip trade setup on that setup. Now you can see right here that the histogram went underneath the signal, and I got a close underneath this. So this gave a potential sell. Okay. Or a potential exit if you had entered at this point. So you could have taken exit at this point, or if you held not based on this rule, then you could have continued on and gotten back in again once this closed back up, but waiting until this went positive again. So you can see that the rules are here to help keep you safe, but they are also just rules based upon your scanning. So let's look at the setup and see how that can be done. Click on the scanner, and let's look at the color rules that cause these to go red, green, or neutral. Pull the menu down, click the edit button, and these are the rules that I used. If the MACD, in this case, it's the signal line, that's the red line that you see on the chart there. If that signal line is greater than my MACD histogram, which is the base indicator line, that's a bearish condition. So if this histogram is under the red, which means the red is greater than that histogram, that's bearish. And if my close is less than the 15-period EMA, in this case it is, then I want my sell color to be red. That tells me that I am in a downward bearish condition. And vice versa, if my signal line is less than my histogram and the price is greater than the EMA 15, that's bullish. If neither one of these conditions are true, then it's going to color code it yellow. That means that, well, sometimes the price will be greater than, but the MACD won't be. And so vice versa. The MACD might be bullish, but the price won't be. So you can see that in those conditions, they will be yellow, which means it's waiting for an alignment to occur. Okay. Now these are just set up for 2 conditions. You can have multiple conditions, by clicking the plus sign. As many times or as many conditions as you want, you can have them set up that way. And you can load as many different indicators as you want in order to make your decisions or your rules. So if you're using money flow, or if you're using relative strength or the Bollinger Bands, all of those indicators can be loaded onto a single condition set to check to make sure that those are aligned in order to give you a trade criteria or setup. I called that a strong signal, but you can have multiple signals as well. Now let me show you an example of that. All right, here on the charts, if I were to look at the configuration, I'm looking for setups that show me, oops, I didn't mean to do that. How did that happen? I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. That's interesting. Um, um, I'll go ahead and close this. What I'm looking for is a bullish trend, bullish momentum, and bullish volume. And I want to see them confirmed on longer time frames. That's the idea behind the strategy, is I'm looking for that alignment to occur. Now I want to go over here and search for it. So looking at the configuration on the map, I want to edit this. Looking at the setup, then you can see I have multiple colors that are being displayed on my scanner. Notice that the first cell has 3 different colors. Actually, there are 4 different colors that can be displayed on this first cell. The second one looks like it has multiple colors that are displayed on it as well. And then the third one looks like it only has just 1 or 2. So let me show you what it's doing. On the first 5-minute cell, I have 3 different conditions that I'm searching for. One, I'm searching for a bullish or bearish trend. Second, I'm checking for bullish or bearish buying pressure. And third, I'm searching for bullish or bearish momentum. Okay, these are the 3 conditions that I'm searching for. So let me edit this condition and show you. The trend, what I called it the trend, is using the indicator which is called Hawkeye trend. And it's looking for the trend conditions to be greater than 0. So anytime I have a trend 1 that's greater than 0, that's bullish. If I have a trend condition 2 that's greater than 0, that's bearish. And if I have a trend condition 3 that's greater than 0, that is neutral. So congestion, consolidation, so forth. So these are the 3 conditions I'm searching for. I get the conditions by setting up the indicator. So I pick from the computer the trend indicator. There, open it up. And notice that the parameters that are available to me are all listed here. By default, they all come in as numbers. You can change these numbers any way that you want, but by default, you use the default input parameters of the indicators that you want. Now, if you don't use the defaults, untick this, and then you can sit here and define each one either as a number or a string and the input value that's going to be associated with that field. Okay. The indicator line to use, that's the most important part. If you look at the output of the indicator, this right here will show you which one of those that you want to use. Now, remember back here, I was using the output 1, 2, and 3. No, let me do that. Trend 1 is the bullish, trend 2 was the bearish, and trend 3 was neutral. If you look at the indicator line to use, you notice that it defines each of the outputs of the indicator all the way up to 8. So if the indicator output gave me a 1, that's a bullish trend. The indicator output gave me a 2, that is a bearish trend, and so forth. So I know this And let me show you how I know this. Let me close these condition windows here. Because if on the chart, if you were to open up your output window, your data window, then you can see here are all the trend indicators right here. Notice that these are listed in order of the output. Trend long is the first one, trend short is the second one, and trend neutral is the third one. So that's 1, 2, and 3. See, it's just very simple to follow. So if you see on the screen when you hover over those, right here, you can see trend long right here is highlighted. It's green, so I would expect to see trend long here giving me an output, and that output's going to be greater than 0 if it's true. Now watch this condition, if this goes white right here, then as I move my mouse from green to white, notice that that went down to the trend white condition. It went green, white, and then I'll move it back over here to red, and there it is in the red condition. Okay, so you can see that's the outputs I'm scanning for. And so when you go in to edit it, select the configuration, edit, go to your scanner, and edit that trend, then you can see that I'm using trend 1 as my bull setup. And how did I pick trend 1? I picked from my computer the indicator, and then I selected the indicator line to use as 1 because that's the bullish setup. And I did the same thing for the second one. That was the bearish setup. If I selected the third one, that was the neutral. So very straightforward, very easy to use. See, on the bearish setup, I used trend 2. And on the neutral, I used a trend 3. There. Notice also that there are 2 others. There's the volume and there's the heat map. On the heat map, there are 4 conditions. Here I've got heat map 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's because there are 4 different colors. Dark green, bright green, dark red, and bright red. And I want the cell to be colored if each of those conditions are true. So when I go back through and see these setups, then I can see the pound dollar currently has a neutral trend. It's got bearish volume and bearish momentum. However, my second time frame is still very bullish all the way across the board. My momentum and my volume are all bullish. But on the third time frame, I've got bearish volume. So I'm mixed. There's no agreement across the 3 time frames here. So I'm kind of mixed on those. You can see the Swiss franc, the Aussie dollar, the New Zealand, they're all across the board. These are very bearish, bearish, bearish. So I've got trend, volume, momentum and volume all agreeing that that's set up that way. And so I can analyze my output of the scanner in just a few seconds. Talk about saving time, and I can see where my real setups are coming. I'm getting volume weakness on my New Zealand Swiss and on my Aussie CAD. Everything else is bullish, so let's click on that real quick and see that. So you can see volume is coming in weak right here, and the trend is still green, the momentum is still green on all 3 time frames. See that? Everything else is green, but right there, I'm starting to see weakness in the volume coming in. And that was shown to me right here on my scanner. Very quickly, I could see it. Aussie CAD is coming in. So that weakness is showing me that maybe this is a potential topping pattern. I may be coming up into overhead resistance on the longer term chart. So looking at that chart and pulling it up and seeing it, absolutely, I'm coming up into overhead resistance. That could be stalling and continuing on to the much longer term trend, or it could be getting ready to break through the resistance area and push back up to the next level of resistance. So this is a great indication of potential activity coming on here in the AussieCAD. So the tool is awesome. It gives you the capability to not only see where you are in the trade, but to use your own criteria, your own indicators in a system and strategy that is easy to configure and use. And like I said before, you can share any of these setups with anybody else on your network just by simply clicking this button, regardless of how complex it is. You put all the work in, and then everybody else gets to reap the benefits. Are there any questions? All right, well, let's go to the next poll. So of the features that I just demonstrated and showed you, which of these features do you like the best? The fact that you can just click on one chart, one single symbol, and it appears on all of your charts without having to drag and drop across all the screens. The scanner, of course, my rules, my way. The traders network, the ability to share configurations with everybody on your team. The fact that it's mobile and you can take it with you anywhere, anytime, and not have to lose a trade or to miss one. The ability to use multiple time frame technical analysis directly on your devices, or the fact that it's so easy to use and to set up. Which of those features are your favorite? Yes, KD, this is being recorded. It'll be sent to you on a link in an email a couple of hours after the presentation is done. And the results are in. About the same results on the scanner and the multiple time frame technical analysis. So that's really good. I'm glad that helped you a lot. I'm surprised nobody likes the single click integration. That's a really cool part. So that's good. All right. So I think that there's one more poll. Was there one more poll, Claudio? Oh, yes, there was. Are you currently using MT4 Professional? Yes, you love it. No, you haven't had time to try it yet. No, but you want to know more. No, I'm not sure if I need it yet, or no, I'm not interested at the moment. So input your results there. And then I'll get on with the very special offer I'll make to you since you're part of my webinar today. All right, so most of the people don't have MT4 Professional now, but you want to know more, and that's good. And that's why we're here, to answer your questions, to help you to learn more about it, and to demonstrate it for you so that you won't have any questions. So that's good. I'm glad that you did that. So let's go and make into our offer. So let me pull up my screen now. For a limited time, all of the features that I demonstrated for you today, the full-featured MT4 or MT5 platform, exclusive Skype community access. So this is our inner circle where we have all of our MT4 professional users on a Skype chat group, interacting with each other as much as they want or as little as they want. So it's available to you. You get unlimited configuration storage on the cloud, unlimited emails and push notifications, plus you get 100 per month SMS notifications, all included. A normal cost would be about 300 bucks a month. You get pre-configured presets, all total value of about $22.95, but you won't be paying $22.95. For a limited time, we're making it available at half price, which is $194 per month. We've taken that price and we've cut it down 50%. So today you're going to get 50% off of our normal $194 per month price to get $97 per month. And this is a lifetime application. You get 14 days free trial to apply and to use this anytime that you want. Use the link mt4professional.com/trial. Claudio is putting that into the chat box now, so you can just simply click on it. Get started on your 14-day free trial right now. You'll lock in the $97 per month rate, and at the end of the 14 days, they'll automatically bill you $97. Unless you cancel. You can cancel anytime in the 14 days, and then you won't be charged a cent, but you will lose the discount once the completion once it's completed. You can if you stop and then start again, and you can in the members area, it allows you to do that, then you'll lock your price in as long as you continue before the end of your trial. So back into the question and answer sessions. If you do have other questions or you need to contact us, our email is support@mt4professional.com. Or if you have any technical questions, you'd like to open up a ticket for us, we'll be glad to provide you with that. So let me get back to my slide and let me pull my application back up again. Let me know if you have any specific questions or if there's a demonstration you'd like for me to show you. I'll be more than glad to do that as well. Anything specific? A lot of people like moving averages, crosses of moving averages, MACDs, Bollinger Band, alligator. When is the alert? The alert is given multiple locations. So if you go over to the members area of your browser, then the alerts will show up here underneath this notifications panel. So all of your notifications will show up here. If you have a chart set up, then it will show you the symbol name, the name that you've given the alert, what time frame it is, and then a link to the chart so that you can click on that and pull it up in real time to see the current condition of that chart. And that's the notifications that you have set up there. Also, if you also have it configured, you can receive the SMS notifications on your mobile device. You do that by going through the settings. You go to your settings panel. You go to your notifications panel, and then you set up your phone notifications to yes, and then input your phone number here with your country code in order to receive your SMS notifications there. Otherwise, as it is now, you can be notified directly through email on the platform, through the website, allowing push notifications, and your phone if you so choose to set it up and use that. You turn it on or off in the configurations. So if you click Edit, Scanner, right here, you can turn on or off your real-time notifications here. Now, if you have futures data available on your MarketWatch data, then just simply create a symbol list of your futures information, and you can load it directly, and then you can do it. If you have crypto available on your symbol list, on your MarketWatch, load all your cryptos into your screen here, and then scan and analyze all of your cryptos there in one place. It's that easy. select configuration, edit, go over to your scanner panel and select the symbol list. Now, on my MT4, OANDA is only available for Forex because I'm a US resident. I cannot trade CFDs and I cannot trade other devices there. So I have access to only Forex. But if you have access to other markets, then you'll see those access markets here. Just simply select it, create a list, and then save it. And that's all you got to do. That simple. We've got a few more minutes here in the day. If you'd like to do anything else or have any other questions. No, no more questions then. I guess I'll go ahead and close it down. Remember the link to get started on today's trial is MT4Professional.com/trial. You get 14 days free trial, absolutely no cost to try it out, the full platform, all the features, 14 full days to try it out. And then it'll automatically follow on with $97 per month, which is 50% off the normal price. And you'll lock that in for the lifetime of your analysis of your license. You can cancel at any time, no obligations, no reasons to ask why. At the end of your trial period, then it'll automatically stop and you will not be billed again after that. You can contact us at support@mt4professional.com. Can you have a 4-minute time frame? Absolutely. If you have 4 minutes available on your MT5 or other platform, you can. On MT4, however, it's not possible because there are 4 minutes is not available on your MT4 platform, but it is on MT5, I believe. You're welcome. All right. Thank you for your time and attention. You guys have a great rest of your day and the rest of your week. And we'll be back again here in exactly 2 weeks for another presentation of the MT4 Professional Scanner or the Q&A session. Thank you very much, and bye for now.